Let's get on to some of these big names. Let's see if we can get a couple of these going. So here we go. Quick fire questions. Christian Eriksen, Brentford, Man United, Spurs.
I'm going to get this completely wrong, but I think Christian Eriksen may end up at Manchester United.
Raheem Sterling, is he going to Chelsea, Arsenal, anywhere else?
As things stand, I think the direction of travel for Raheem Sterling is Chelsea, but I do think the door is open in his mind to a small number of elite clubs around Europe. So I would not say it's a certainty, but Chelsea's a very strong option.
Robert Lewandowski?
Robert Lewandowski, if he leaves Bayern Munich, is almost certain to go to Barcelona. That's the move that he wants. They want him, but Bayern have something to say about that, and it wouldn't surprise me, against his will, if he ends up having to stay and see out the final year of his contract.
Frankie de Jong, could he go to Manchester United?
Frankie de Jong to Manchester United is a move that a number of people you speak to in the game are convinced will happen by the end of this window. But it may be a long and painful process for Manchester United and their supporters, because Barcelona want to achieve the highest fee they can. Manchester United want to achieve the lowest fee they can. It's a game of poker, but his sale does hold the key to Barcelona being able to do the business that they want. And that makes me think that in the end, Erik ten Hag is more likely than not to get his man, but it's not guaranteed.
Calvin Phillips to Manchester City?
Calvin Phillips to Manchester City is a deal that I think will happen, but it's perhaps taking a bit longer than we might have expected, because the clubs probably have slightly different valuations of where they see him, and they're going to have to try and reach a compromise. I think it is likely to happen.
Gabriel Jesus?
Gabriel Jesus is Arsenal's top target for this transfer window. They are doing everything they can to sign him, and sign him as quickly as possible, because Mikel Arteta wants to build his attack around him. But as things stand, there is no agreement between the clubs. Arsenal need to get to a figure that Manchester City are prepared to accept, and Manchester City will not easily drop or waver far from that, because they don't need to. Meanwhile, there is interest in Gabriel Jesus from Chelsea and others, so if Arsenal snooze, they may lose, and others can potentially offer him Champions League football. As things stand, Gabriel Jesus' most likely destination is Arsenal, but it is not a done deal.
Here's one from left field. Alexis Sanchez back to Arsenal.
Alexis Sanchez, I can say to you with absolute certainty, is not returning to Arsenal. It's a story I've not even seen, I've certainly not heard about, and if it happens, I will swallow my pride.
Another one from the past at Arsenal, Mesut Ozil. Is he leaving Turkey?
Mesut Ozil released a statement yesterday reiterating his commitment to Fenerbahce, and his contract has some time to go. There have clearly been some issues there, but I don't see him playing elsewhere for the time being. His intention was to finish his career at Fenerbahce, and so as far as I know, that is what is going to happen.
Rafinha?
Rafinha is the hot topic of conversation at the moment, because Arsenal have had an initial offer rejected by Leeds United. It fell well below their valuation, but Arsenal's interest remains strong, and he is a player that Mikel Arteta wants to sign. It may be another one that takes quite a lot of time and will not be easy, especially because of the competition from the likes of Tottenham, Chelsea, and his long-held desire, or the most likely destination, the team that he was most heavily linked with, was Barcelona. And if they can get their act together financially, they may have the money after all to do a deal that they looked almost certain to do if Leeds had been relegated. And it appears to have hit the buffers from their perspective a bit. But Oh, I'm not going to give a prediction on where he'll end up. That is too difficult to guess.
Another Brazilian, Richarlison.
Richarlison is a target for Tottenham Hotspur, and if the price is right, I think that move will happen, and so do a number of people you speak to within the game. Everton have got a very high asking price or valuation for him, and as things stand, I don't see Tottenham or anyone else meeting that. It's whether that valuation comes down and they're willing to accept less to help with their financial situation, and he only has 2 years to go on his contract. And so, while there is interest from other clubs, I think the most probable destination, if he is to leave Everton, is Tottenham.
Martinez?
Lisandro Martinez is a firm target for Arsenal for the left centre-back role, and he can also operate at left-back in the mind of Arsenal. He's a player that Mikel Arteta wants to sign. I reported that Arsenal had an approach worth around 30 million euros rejected by Ajax, but that interest will not drop. The question is who else is interested in him, and of course he's played for Erik ten Hag at Manchester United in the past, and there are reports that Erik ten Hag would like to bring him to United now. The problem is that Manchester United are focusing on Frenkie de Jong and Christian Eriksen. There may also be concerns over whether Lisandro Martinez is tall enough for the left centre-back role, because I don't know of Manchester United looking to do what Arsenal would like, which is to use him as an option at left-back as well. So as things stand, I think Arsenal is the most probable destination for Lisandro Martinez, who is said to be keen on the move. But again, this one could have twists and turns with a number of clubs admiring such a good player.